Is it clear?
Yeah, yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Yes, Madhu.
Okay. You can stop me any point of time. It's important topic today. Okay, so topic name is here is conversion. This is the topic we are talking about, conversion. So conversion means here loading the data from third-party software to Oracle applications. If your client is working on already other system, that's called as a legacy system. Okay, we'll call it as a legacy or third party or Oracle old system, old version system. Simply we'll pull all the data or we'll get the data from IT team and then we'll move it to Oracle apps. It's a one-line statement. Converting third-party system data to Oracle applications is called as a conversion. Now, who will give you the file? First point is we'll get a CSV file. CSV file or DAT file or text file. Okay, but mostly CSV file will get nowadays. Okay, so this who will give is here is we'll get it into directory. So there will be some integration team. They will keep into any one of the folder in the server. So server we can connect to WinSCP like this. So somewhere they will select one folder like inbound directory or inbound files. Naming conventions will be different. So once they keep a file into a directory, the second step is what it is. We have to create certain tables. Those are all called as staging tables. Whatever the file is there, that file to staging we have to do. So how we can use here is there is a SQL loader file. There are other files also, ETL file and other files, external tables approaches, web services approaches. But this is most popular, SQL loader. Okay. Now go here. Here is the place, there is a directory. Any one of the directory. So there may be a directory like this. Like let's say inbound files. Inbound or else we can say conversion files. Right now there is no permission in this. It's a home directory. We can create somewhere here. In the application server, there is one directory we are creating conversions like this. So this conversions folder must have a permissions, privileges. Right now it is not having a write privilege. So we can give here 777 or 47s like this. So in this directory, file will be there. File means what I discussed here, CSV file. Okay. So CSV file sample I'll show you like this. This is a CSV. Sometimes we'll get multiple files also. Right now we are talking about one example, that is price list conversion. Price list. So price list you already seen in the application. Guys, are you listening any noise from me? Vehicle noises.
No, sir.
Okay. I'm talking about here price list. So price list you have already seen, you are very familiar with that. The reason is you went to Oracle Pricing Manager. Here is a place. price list setup. Here you have seen one price list, right? That is corporate or something. Whoever practiced O2C, they can easily get to know all this, correct? So these type of price lists we are loading. Okay. So let me show you the file. File who will give is, as I said, third party people. This is the file QP list headers. So open with Excel sheet or CSV file or WordPad, whatever. Right now I'm open with the Excel sheet. First is list code, list type code. Okay. So is there any list type here? These are list types. Then second one is what it is, list name. This is a test attribute AP8. Price list name I am giving. The second one is description. It is a place description. This is the first one. This is the second one. And third one is what it is, currency. Just we are loading the data from backend, guys, nothing else. Here also we can create. Here we can create 1 record, 2 record, 10 record. But if you want to load thousands of records, then definitely you need to follow the procedure of conversion. Okay. And see the Excel sheet. The rest of the fields not required. Only 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 column values we are loading. And that too, right now I took only, for example, that records I'm taking. Okay. And this list type code is, let it be URL. And these are all the currency. A few currencies INR will take, Indian currency. Like this. 30 records I took. Usually thousands of records, maybe 3,000, 10,000, based on the data it is. The suppliers data, items data. If it is items data, it will be more than 1 lakh also. Based on the type here, which conversion you are doing. Okay, I'll give you rough picture. How many items we loaded, how many suppliers we loaded, kind of thing. But right now you focus on only price list. In the organization and all, you will get thousands of data. It just 30 is a sample data here. Okay. Save. So as of now, I told you, file I showed you. Now, once you get a file, we have to use SQL loader file, SQL loader utility, and we need to create a staging table here. We don't know the structure of staging table at all, right? So first of all, what is a base table for price lists? Any idea, guys? What is the base table for a price list? If you don't know the base table, where to go? Can someone reply? Can you unmute and speak, guys? What is the base table? If you don't know, tell don't know. Okay, at least some interaction is required.
Don't know.
Okay. If you don't know how to find out a table, then we have a best method, right? That is
Yes.
record history, correct? So QP is the quality pricing. It's a module actually, quality pricing module. QP list headers. If you go inside of a view also, you can see QP list headers. So take this table name. You go to row. This is the table name. QP list headers. TL for translatable language, and all is for obviously QP list headers B also we can use. B for base table. This is a view again. Click on script. So view we can see here. It's mentioned. QP list headers B. So finally, QP list headers B is the base table. Now you take a structure of this particular table. How to take a structure? Click on script here. It's already there. Everything is there. Simply we should know the procedure. Same procedure is applicable for every conversion. First time conversion, it may be confusing because there are many steps we are going here and there. So these are all this is the table structure. So straight away you can take here, copy till here, copy, then go to new tab, and here is the place you can see. QP is a quality pricing, but right now we are working in apps user. Usually it may be a custom user for every development. You take remove this QP list headers B, but we wanted here staging table. The naming conventions must be different. Staging. Staging means here instead of B, STZ. Like that we can use QP list headers staging. But how many columns we got in the form of data? So see, there are many other columns not having a values. You can ignore it. So these are all the 4 columns we need. Okay. So first QP list header ID. And these are all who columns really required. Who columns, creation date, created by, who has created, who has modified kind of thing. And these are all not, we may not require. Request ID is required because sometimes we'll resubmit a program to add multiple records. We should know how many like records loaded on that particular request ID. And list type code. So list type code we have already mentioned here. This is a list type code. It's required. It's mandatory. It's an ordinal column. That's why I'm giving here. And what next? The next is price list name, description, currency. These are all fields required. So name of the price list. So currency code we took. Check. Is there any other column? Price list name. If not there, we may need to add a column. Currency code we have already. Description column. These are all extra columns for extra information. Source code. Okay, not there. Then 2 columns I'm adding over here. That's it. After who columns, these are all the who columns, list header ID. These are all I'm not going to use. Okay. And then start date active, end date active. If you want to, if there is already there, then you can use it. Right now, not needed. And here 2 columns. One is name varchar2. It's mandatory field. That's why not null primary key. Constraint. Then description is optional. That's it. These flags are all not needed. I'm preparing a staging table script, guys. And these are all not at all required. You can simply remove. Like this. This is your table script. 2 columns and request ID is mandatory to handle. And other than this, there are other columns also important. That is to handle the errors. Error flag. And one more is error flag. Is it just yes or no kind of thing? So varchar2 only. Varchar2 of 10 bytes or one more. description, error description. If we get any errors, we need to handle here itself, saying that this error. Otherwise, we may not track. That's it, guys. So how many, while creating a table, right now we are talking about staging table creation. How I created a staging table is, I identify the table behind this. And after that, I went to description mode and copied script mode and copied all this. Majorly, I included here extra columns, who columns, request ID, and whatever error flag, error description, and other column mappings. So this is the way you only need to prepare this. No one will give you. Remember, guys, you only need to prepare this script. If copy paste, of course, but you have to do it. I already prepared here. If you look at here, staging table script. See, it's open in Excel sheet. Because the extension is SQL. That's why it is open like that. WordPad you can use. Okay. So this is the way. So hell lot of columns I've used. These many columns I have used. Create table, table name, and all the columns, due to the lack of time, I kept as it is all the columns. And other than this, as I mentioned, request ID, status, error flag, error message, and other who columns. So these are all I have not removed actually due to the lack of time. So anyway, let it be. Now this file is there. Create this file now. This is the file, right? Go to code. Control enter. So in Toad, semicolon is not required. Control enter. Name is already used by an existing object. Name we can just keep your name, guys, while practicing. I'm just giving IT mentor. And remove WZ. Okay, let it be. We'll rename later. So this is a table we can create it. Go to Notepad. So till now what I did, guys, can you recall? Almost 25 minutes. What I did? Just give me a summary. I need to know whether you are understanding or not. Step by step, you tell me.
We'll get find the CSV data, sir. After pricing table, we know the pricing table and prepare for the script.
Can you repeat if you don't mind?
First,
Yes,
first we will get CSV data, sir.
okay.
After we will get to know the table and script, prepare the script, sir.
Correct. Perfect. Perfect.
Uh,
So what I did is first here is get CSV file. Okay.
yes.
Second one is what it is. Find out base table and copy script. Okay. Script of table. And third one is here what it is. Create staging table by using script of table. Okay. Here, what are all the minimum things we have to include? One is who columns required, correct?
Yes, sir. 2 columns.
And second one is record request ID. Why request ID is required is usually we load the data through programs, okay, concurrent programs. You will submit 100 times. So on which request ID we got error, on which request ID we loaded the data, we should know. That's why this request ID is important here. Now, next one is what it is? Error flag. Flag means yes or no. And one more is error message. And the final one is the list of columns to be loaded. That's it, guys. In last 26 minutes, I said only 2 points. If you say okay, then I'll proceed with the next step. Any confusion? So
No.
first of all, what are the who columns, guys?
Who created by the scripts?
Yeah, who columns are here is somewhere you can see. For every table, who columns are mandatory. Otherwise, we'll not be able to track who has modified, who has deleted. It's very difficult. It's mandatory, guys. If we are creating table means it's mandatory for tracking changes. So are you fine with these 2 steps, guys?
Yes.
Now, next third one. Third step is what it is. This SQL loader uses one file. The file name is here control file. Okay. So control file extension here is CTL file. So what CTL file contains? I'll show you now on. Here is the place. This is a header file. So you should not keep underscores and all. It will be a little confusing. You can remove it. Notepad. So here options keyword is really helpful to avoid the loading. See, I don't need to load all these headers. Y means it's yes means mandatory column it is. It is no yes here, no Y. So we have not mentioned yes or no. So these are all not needed. Anyway, these are all just for our identification. You remove all the 3. Okay. So to remove while loading, what you need to do, this keyword will be helpful here. That is options. Options skip. We are skipping first 3 rows. Let's say you loaded today 100 records. Tomorrow you are going to load 101 onwards. So at that time, skip is equal to 100 we have to use. And we are loading data. These are all must be capital, guys. And this is for English characters. This is for file input. Whatever the file is there, it is in my laptop. But the file must be there in the server. So we have to pass a parameter here. Okay, parameter. One is first position. Truncate. If there is any other data, we can truncate it. So instead of that, we can use append also. If you are loading repetitively, you can use append also. And table name place, whatever you created, that table only we have to mention, guys. This table. Many people will get confused here. They will create table, but they will not replace here. You have to replace this. And this replace is not at all required. Fields terminated by. So how fields are terminated in this file? If you just open this header file, okay, see, first column, comma, second column, comma, like that it is. Now, for this, okay, fields terminated by. Sometimes the fields terminated by is tilde also, or else pipe symbol also. Okay. Now, optionally enclosed by, if any bigger description in the name, we can use this. Trailing null calls. So it will check in the file here till it finds, see, if any null values, trailing null calls. Then the rest of the columns here, these are all the columns, copy paste. How to copy these many? And this is by default, it's a new keyword. Your record is very new, that's why new I mentioned. If you want to populate by default the values for this particular column, we can use new here. So to copy these many columns is difficult for you. So what you can do, you take this, go to SQL Star Plus. you can just give a description here, describe the table name. See, whatever the columns, you can simply select it. Okay, these are all the columns without data type. Copy all this and keep into Notepad. Okay, and use your comma separator for every column. So are you okay with this? Again, I'm repeating. We are loading data, whatever the file is there, and we are appending into a table, your own table. And these are all three common. Make it all capital letters here and the rest of the columns. Rest of the columns, we no need to make capital, but these keywords are Oracle defined. Now save this file. Save as. Just giving the ATM. WG is the client, okay? Client name it is. So if you feel this bigger, you can remove all this. Just naming conventions, nothing else. And CTL also not needed. We can keep like this. ITM pricing headers. Its CTL is a control file, extension is mandatory, guys. Save. So that file we need to keep into bin directory. So go to your application server, Oracle, Vision, then EBS, application directory. So you can use ONT, order management, and then bin directory. Okay. So this is where we need to keep your file. So what is your file name? File name is this one. Someone kept CSV file also, it's not needed. Just only, it must contain CTL files. This is your file. If you feel underscores is little confusing, then remove this also. Okay. ITM pricing headers. Take this file, register as a program. Concurrent program registration, everyone knows because you are familiar with the XML publisher reports and other stuff. You can go to system administrator, then concurrent program executable. Short name also same. Application name is order management. Wherever you kept that we have to use this SQL loader. So if you click on this, press yes, you will get to know. So therefore define parameters. So file path is a parameter and it will be 240 characters. Required constant. If you want to pass always this particular path, this path, conversions, you can keep your file here like this. So lines also I'm giving, attribute also I'm giving. Okay, and you need to put a permissions here. See, read write only is there, executable is not there. So we can just give here 777. Take this. Okay, instead of this file name, you can keep here this directly. If you want to populate the file name also as a parameter, you can give it, but right now not needed. Save. And attach this to order management request group. I don't know the order management request group name. Did anyone knows?
Yes, sir.
Security, responsibility, define. If you don't know, this is the one way. Okay. order management supervisor. So request group name is what it is. It's a OM concurrent programs. Go to request. What is the group name? OM concurrent programs. Here is the place we have to attach. That's it, guys. Now go to order management, submit it. Okay, then you can give a file name here. File name. Okay. If this directory is not having permissions, you may get issues. At that time, we have to keep the file into another directory. Let's see. Okay, no worries. Click on view log. You just read this. How many records loaded? 27 rows successfully loaded. Where exactly it has loaded? Into which table? The table name also mentioned here is the table name. If something goes wrong, it will generate into bad file. Okay, we'll see that bad file. What is bad file? Okay, first of all, let me see the table name. This is the table. This is the table. Record count. So if you see here, there is a new. How we have not given new in this particular file, but in the control file itself, we kept here as a default value. So how we can populate a default value is by using a keyword, that is constant keyword. Okay. Go to here. So once you create a control file, what we did, guys, we created a first move file to bin directory. After that, we created a executable concurrent program and request group. Then after that, attach to that we already did, submit from responsible. That's it. Just a 3 steps process, nothing else. Now, this is only one stage actually. After this, then again we'll pick up, we'll check this test attribute 8 is already there, loaded by someone or not, or currency is enabled or not, active or not. These are called as a validations. So I need to explain you after this particular package. So this package. So approximately 260 lines code is 270 lines code is there. This I need to explain maybe after your breakfast. So this entire code I need to make you to understand. So as of now, we did only one stage. Stage 1 is completed. This is called as a stage 1. In the stage 1, what we did? File to staging table data. File to staging table we did. Stage 2, what we are going to do is stage 2. There must be an API. First, what we have to do, we have to validate the records, handle errors. After that, through API, we'll load the data into base tables. That's it. So this stage, I may need to take another session today only, guys. Today only, I'll give half an hour or 45 minutes break. Then after that, I'll explain you. Now, bad file I talked about, right? Bad file. In the file, if something goes wrong, for example, here, let's say USD. Okay. In the USD, I'm just keeping a date format here. So we took a varchar. Let me see. Where exactly it is? So once you save it, you have to move into server. Now submit this program. I did not do any changes in executable concurrent program, only file changes. Let's see. It will give you more interest whenever you sit and practice. If something goes wrong, it has to end as a completed and warning. Right now, normal only. Let me see, are there any other errors? Oh, it is every record also loaded. Even though I took a date format due to varchar, it's taken because its format is varchar, and even if it is null value, so we should take here not null. Okay, then only it will accept it. While creating a staging table, we have to take a not null value. It's wrong, right? It is accepting everything. Take this. I'm just changing little. I wanted to show you like what is the bad file. Okay. I just kept one like this. Now go to conversions. In the control file, I need to make a change. This path, don't get confused, guys. This file. Sorry. Someone has loaded. I'm removing. Why to get confused? Here one I kept. Okay. Any confusion? So I just changed the staging table name in it. Already open. Yeah. So like this, you will see a completed warning if something goes wrong with the data. So click on view log. The wrong data, one row not loaded due to data errors. What is that error? So to know that, you need to go to this bad. Take this. 360. You go to WinSCP. Control O, which is used to open a directory. You can paste it and go here. Error changing directory. Okay. Then again open it. Or control O. Error change. Okay, it is not showing. What we'll do, we'll do manually, guys. If it is not opening, means what to do. Let me see what is that path. I'm pasting over here. FSNE. FSNE. Installation is apps. Apps. Then after logs Apple. Concurrent out. This is the bad file path. If someone asks you like in which directory we can find out a bad file is, you can use this inst and FSNE. These two is enough. This entire not required. And check the file name. Your file name is what it is. 756-8360. Check. Yeah, this is the one. 756-8360. Click on this. This is the error record. Got it, guys? You may get many errors, not only single. You will get many errors. By default, 50 limitation will be there. We can increase the limit also. Are you okay with this point, guys? What is, first of all, what is bad file? Bad file is because of mismatching of data types. If any primary key, column value or not null values, if it doesn't have a value, then it will give error. If you just check it in the code, execute this. As we change the table, we can see some null value also there, right? Null value is not loaded. The reason is it is given as a bad record. Now, if I don't want to load this description at all, for example, then there is a keyword here, filler keyword. Filler keyword is there. I'll show you how to do that. Here is the place. There is a command, capital letters, guys. Fill. To skip the rows, we can use options keyword. To skip the column, we can use filler. And rerun again program. Let it be warning, okay. I am seeing here. Few rows doesn't have a description. These are all previously loaded. I used append, right? Okay, that description is different, it seems. Okay, instead of description, what I will do, list type code, I will put as a filler. any one column, okay, just to help you. So here I am just putting by the side of it, by the side of column, filler. So you see, there is no data at all, right? How it is avoided? By using a keyword. That keyword is filler. Okay. So two extra points we discussed here. One is bad file. Other one is filler keyword. One more is options keyword. So you tell me what is bad file, guys? Bad file is data type mismatches or any special characters also. And filler for what it is? To avoid column values while loading. And options is for what it is? To avoid rows. So in which case we'll avoid a rows. So these are all these headers we don't want to load. Or today I loaded already 50 records. Tomorrow onwards, I would like to load 21 records onwards. Those cases we can use a options keyword. Okay, guys, I'm just ending the session now. If you have any queries, let me know. Today we talked about only 3 points. No one is replying. I don't know what you people are doing. Logeshwaran, are you able to understand the topic?
Yeah.
Manasa? Saraswati, are you there? Sonali?
Yes, sir.
So any confusion today?
No, sir, no confusion today, sir. Understand, sir.
Okay, finish all this.
Sure.
And then I'll share this video. After this, again, I'll take a class for validating all this. Meantime, what you can do, finish breakfast and then go through all this loading. Go through
Okay.
the video. Maybe
Okay.
take afternoon class or 11 o'clock. I'm not sure. I'll update in the group. Today itself, we have to finish this conversion topic.
Okay, sure.
Oh, thank you. Please follow the group, guys.